Hey patrons, how's it going? This is Big Lair here on Jack's Private Coffee Corner. Today is December 23rd, 2 days out from Christmas. All right, so tomorrow's Christmas Eve, the 24th, right? And then in a couple of days we'll have Christmas. Awesome. Let's see, the weather here in Nagoya, Japan is pretty nice. Looks sunny. A little chilly, but I don't mind that. And let's see, I'm here in one of my favorite shirts today, this white shirt. I actually bought this in America last year around the same time as right now. I went to America last year to visit family. It was just a trip by myself. And man, I went shopping a couple of times and I only found one shirt that would fit me, that I liked, and this is it. So I was kind of surprised. You know, I'm not that huge of a person. I'm like 6'4". I think I weigh around 250, 260 all the time. You know, I exercise a little bit, so you know, I'm not skinny by any means, and I'm not overweight at all. But it was really hard to find a shirt that would fit. It was strange. You know, you see a lot of extra large people walking around, you know, supersized individuals walking around with these huge garments they're wearing, and so why is it tough for a guy like me to find a shirt? I don't know. Actually trying to think, where did I find this shirt? I can't remember. It might have been like Shopko. Does anybody know Shopko? Anyone who's watching this from America, have you ever seen a Shopko? Anyway, I was just thinking about it as I looked at myself in the camera. Yeah, one of my favorite shirts. Got it last year during the holidays. Okay. Let's see. As I mentioned previously, Japan does not celebrate Christmas at all. Having said that, yesterday, my family, so me, my wife, and our 3 kids, had a little tiny Christmas party with my wife's sister and her mother. So my sister-in-law and mother-in-law, just a tiny little party. My wife made all kinds of food for us. She even made cranberry sauce. She had never made cranberry sauce ever. We found some cranberries at Costco a few weeks ago, and she tried the recipe once a few weeks ago. It was awesome, and then she made it again last night. So that was kind of fun. So we had chicken mashed potatoes. What else? Cranberry sauce. And then there was this dish. It's like cabbage, really finely shredded cabbage and carrots, with a turmeric and something kind of sauce on it. This is a dish my wife learned how to make in Malaysia. A lot of Indian restaurants, they make, you know, a lot of Indians, you know, Indians from India, that is. A lot of Tamils, they call themselves Tamils, right? A lot of them are vegetarian. So if you ever live in an area with lots of Indian people, you'll see some amazing vegetarian dishes. So this is a vegetarian dish that we would see at a lot of restaurants, and it's quite good. I'm not a huge fan of cabbage, but the way this is done, I really like it. It's a nice flavor, and of course the turmeric, you know, that's really awesome for you, so that was good. Okay, so that was our Christmas celebration. That's probably all we're going to do for Christmas. I know, sounds pretty sad. Let's see, what else? Oh, hey, I made that Big Lair's Crypto Exit Plan video. When was it? Last week? Was it the week before? I can't remember now. And I haven't heard any comments from anybody, so that means the video really sucked, or it's taking everyone a while to digest the information. Hopefully it's not that it really sucked, but if it really does suck, let me know. You know, I'm a big boy. I'm 51 years old. I can take criticism. In fact, I don't mind criticism, actually, because then it usually, you know, if someone criticizes you in a constructive way, it'll allow you to get better in, you know, in some way. So please give me a comment on the, you know, what's going on with the exit plan video. Was it good, not good, helpful, not helpful? Any feedback is welcome. Yeah. So let me know how it's going. Was it too much information, too much to wrap your heads around, or is it just taking a while? So let me know. Okay, so let's get into our daily crypto update. I think I sent something out over the weekend about Veritaseum. Had some crazy daily trading volume, didn't it? And I think it was Energy Gal who mentioned that it's possibly because there's a lot of FUD surrounding Reggie Middleton, you know, and his company. Yeah, people want that system. They want his system. I'm convinced of it. I remember when I first saw it, this was back in 2017. 2017, it was still like in the beta testing, but there were videos out. And there was this guy, I can't remember his name, but he was making videos on how to use this Vader. You know, Reggie's platform is called the Vader, you know, VEDAIR, and it stands for something, right? Anyway, this guy was putting out videos on the Vader and how to use it and what he was doing with it. So I was following this guy, and this guy didn't have many people who were like subscribed to his tiny little channel. I'm not saying that, you know, to make the guy look bad or anything, but you know, this was something no one in the world knew about, and then here's someone making videos about it. So it was a very small audience. So I subscribed, and I was asking this guy a million questions every day. He's very, very helpful, super nice guy. I wish I remembered his name so that I could give him a shout out, tell him how great he was. But anyway, so I thought to myself, this system is, I can't believe it. Like, why would the powers that be let this system out? It's way, way too good. And then I saw a video with Reggie, you know, and Reggie showed his system, and he took, boy, I forget the amount of money he started with. And I'm just going to throw some numbers out there. These might be off, but they're not going to be off so much. Okay, I want to say he started with like maybe $50,000 in this, you know, okay, he's got this money. Maybe it was even less than that, but I'm going to say $50,000 just to kind of cover myself here. I should have saved, actually I did save that video, and I noticed recently it's no longer in my saved videos on YouTube, so I don't know if it was taken off or you know, what happened to it. Anyway, he put, you know, this amount of money in his Vader system, and this system does these trades based, and Reggie, I believe, wrote some software, and this software basically figures out which cryptocurrencies you should be buying and which you should be selling. So, you know, it might buy, you know, for example, it might buy Theta at 8 cents, and then as soon as it hits 8.5 or 9 cents, it sells Theta. You know, it's doing all of these micro transactions, you know, like micro trading almost. Some of the, you know, it doesn't sell everything every day, but it's, you know, you choose what coins you want it to do you choose? Or maybe you have to have Ethereum and you had to have Veritaseum, and I'm trying to think of how it went in the very beginning. Maybe the Vader system chose for you what to buy. Yeah, maybe that's changed since then. I think that's how it was. So anyway, and I remember Reggie putting in, you know, we'll say $50,000, and within, Jesus, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks, he was up over $3 million. Like, it had grown that much. And I remember thinking, no way, really? And he explained it, and I thought, I do not know how this guy's going to get whacked. You know, someone's going to kill this guy, take his system. That was my first impression, really. And like I said, I may be off on that starting number of 50,000, but I'm pretty positive he was up to $3 million in just a matter of weeks with this thing. And of course, you know, that was at the end of 2017. So, you know, if he had a great computer system, you know, software system in place, and then, you know, everything was rising up, shooting to the moon, you know, he really took advantage of it. So, you know, my hat's off to Reggie. I hope he keeps his system. I hope it stays the way it always has been. And I'm really rooting for the guy. So, you know, there was crazy volume, daily trading volume on Veritaseum. I was really shocked when I put those numbers in. Okay, let's get on with our daily crypto update here. We'll look at our first graph. What do we have here? Well, you can see most of the prices are up. The only price that's down, if we look at this kind of peach-colored, flesh-colored column, 1222 to 1223 price percent plus or minus, which would be increase or decrease. We can see Theta is the only coin in our basket that has gone down. It's down 2.71%. That's okay. That's okay. You know, everything else is up because yesterday, the 20th, on the 20th, Theta was the only thing that was really up. There were a couple other coins hanging around the 1% mark, from 0 to 1%, just holding on, but Theta was up 4.41%, and everything else was down or hanging around at 0. So Theta's doing okay. And let's see. And then shooting forward to yesterday, what was going on? Yeah, everything was pretty much down yesterday. I know you can't see the graphic for that, but everything was pretty much down or hanging around 0. Veritaseum was down 16.59%. OMG was up 2.57. Everything else was down or right around 0. Okay, well, EOS was 1.74% up. Coming to today, so we've got Theta's down, everything is up. Who's leading the pack here? Well, Litecoin's up. I'm kind of surprised by that, 5.47%. Bitcoin Cash is up a little over 5. EOS, a little over 4% up. Neo, my buddy Neo, up 4.45. Let's see, Tezos is at 0. Come on, Tezos, you got to drop down more. I want to buy you back. Monero's up 4.47. So not too exciting here. And remember, if you see the price, you know, this peach-colored column here, if you see a black number, that means it's a positive. The price has increased that amount, that percent. And then if you go to the, so then like Theta, that's a red, that's a minus price in red. That means the price is down 2.71%. And then look at the column to the left, that more or less, the plus/minus. That means, can we buy more Bitcoin today than yesterday, or less, or sorry, not more Bitcoin. If we have 1 Bitcoin, can we buy these cryptocurrencies, more of these cryptocurrencies today than yesterday, or can we buy less? So let's take a coin like Litecoin. Okay, so Litecoin has a minus 2.58. So if we had 1 Bitcoin, we could buy 2.58 less Litecoin than we could have yesterday. And then we look at something like XRP. XRP, look at that, that's a black number, 725.94. That means if we had 1 Bitcoin and we bought XRP, we could get 725.94 XRP more than yesterday. So as you can see, you get down to like Pundi. Holy moly, we can buy, 891,613.65 more Pundi today than we could have yesterday with our Bitcoin. So that really gives us a good indication of the relative strength of the cryptocurrency. So what we want to see is, the price percent going up being a black number, and that more or less being a red number. So that will tell us the price is going up and the relative value against Bitcoin is stronger. It's getting stronger against Bitcoin. Okay, let's see. And if we look to the very far right, you see that Tezos, I have sell there. That's the only coin I would recommend selling. That's if you purchased it similar to me around $1. If you got it around $1, 147 is a pretty good profit, I think. And Pundi X is still a crazy buy, right? You'd be crazy to buy it, but if you bought it and it goes back to its all-time high, which would be an increase, look at the purple column there, an increase of 11,644%. If you were crazy enough to buy it and it went back to its all-time high, you'd make some crazy money, right? Okay, so that's all that's going there. Not too exciting. You know, over the weekend we had a lot of downs, but I see we're kind of coming back a little bit. So for me, it's the morning of the 23rd is Monday morning. For some of you, if you're in North America, it's still Sunday, right? Still Sunday, getting into the evening here. So I'm guessing there's a lot of trading taking place on the weekend. People are home. It's Sunday. They're looking at their portfolios, thinking about what to do. So there's a lot of action, I think. Now let's go over to the market cap. If we look here at the market cap, what do we see? Well, first let's look in that peach flesh colored column, the daily percent change in market cap. When we go down, we can see only 3 coins are in the red, which means they're down. Wow, Ethereum is down 28.94%, the market cap. And then Theta and Tezos are down a little bit. Tezos is down 2.34. And what's the biggest high? Let's see, Digibyte. Digibyte's market cap is up 2.8%. Everything is kind of hanging on from the previous day. Nothing too big there. And then we get over to the daily percent change in trading volume, that light blue column. We can see the big winner is Theta as far as trading volume, right? 62.88%. That's a pretty good increase in trading volume. However, if we move one column to the right, this yellow column, it's trading volume as a percentage of market cap. So that trading volume of Theta, even though it increased, 62.88%, it's only 3.51% of its total market cap. So it's a very low number, very, very low number. And even with Ethereum, we're looking at Ethereum, just for example, so the market cap is down, right? For Ethereum, we look at the trading volume, well, that's up 2.83%, which isn't a huge number. But if you look over at the trading volume as a percentage of market cap, well, that's 35.5% of the market cap. So that's a pretty big number. So that's one of the reasons I track all of these numbers, is because one number by itself really doesn't show us the full picture. We need to have we need to have all of these metrics to look at to get a good macro view of what's going on here. Let's see, what's the biggest loss in daily trading volume? Well, that's Veritaseum. It's down 48.67%. The previous day, the daily trading volume on Veritaseum was only $20,103. Not a huge amount of money. It's just a drop in the bucket when it comes to cryptos. So, dropping down 48.67%, well, now we're just at $10,319 for the daily trading volume. And these, as I've said before, I take these numbers, I took it last night. I do that every night. And then, because it sometimes gives a very good indication of what's going to happen in the near future. So by me taking this snapshot at night, night for me, so Sunday night for me, and then I wake up Monday morning like today and put in the prices, I can sometimes see a correlation and go, oh yeah, okay, well that coin had high volume, and it was, let's say that the coin was being, was stable, the price hadn't moved much, but this increased volume, this huge increase in volume, oh, I can see it push the price down, which is what we had with Veritaseum, over the weekend. The huge trading volume pushed the price down, although it has recovered a little bit when I checked last night. So as we can see, yeah, there was a huge increase in Veritaseum's trading volume, huge increase. It was 1,085%. Then the next day, on the 21st, it dropped almost 50%. And then last night, it dropped again almost 50%. Okay, and what else we got going here? Well, we can see XRP, the daily percent change in trading volume, it's down. We can see Cardano is down, 20-some percent there, 28.9%. And then the coins, the daily trading volume as a percent of market cap. I've got some of these highlighted because the numbers are pretty big now. Let's see, we've got Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, EOS, NEO, OMG, Ethereum. And those are highlighted because they have pretty good volumes, pretty high volumes. And Veritaseum, that's highlighted because it's an extremely low volume, very, very low. It's the lowest. So as I've said before, having a high trading volume as a percent of market cap, that means there's very good liquidity. There's high volume of trading, right? So this is what most serious investors, most institutional investors would look for. Where are they going to put their money? They want a coin that they can get in on it and then get out of it very fast. And if you have high trading volume, you can get in and out very fast because there's a lot of people buying and selling the coin. The other thing is when you have a high trading volume, you can get very good prices. You can get very good prices selling and very good prices buying because there's more buyers and sellers. So you have more chances or a higher chance to sell or buy that coin at a better price for you. If you went out, if we look at, something like Veritaseum or Pundi X with a very low volume, which means, low trading volume, low liquidity, you might have a hard time, unloading Pundi or Veritaseum right now. You might have to take a hit on the price. We can look at our chart coin market cap and it tells us what the price is, but when we get to the exchange, we may not be able to get that price because there's just simply no one that wants to sell it for that price. Or excuse me, in my example, if I wanted to sell my Veritaseum, maybe nobody wants to buy it for that price. They're thinking, oh, it's going to go lower, I'm going to wait. So I've been on exchanges where I've put an order out there and I've waited 3 days on some of these, smaller coins. And that's one of the reasons I don't really mess with anything. What you guys see here in my basket of cryptocurrencies, all of my holdings are within these coins. I don't have all of these coins. I don't have all of them because some of them are just, very interesting. I'm keeping my eye on them for various reasons. But, Pundi is the only wild card that I have. Pundi is the only wild card. Only because I believe the project's from Indonesia. And I could be wrong, but in the beginning, I want to say I did a lot of research on it, and it was Indonesia. Or someone from Indonesia. It was very focused in Indonesia, and I spent a lot of time in Indonesia and Malaysia, so I could really see how this would be a fantastic coin. And they have a platform, and they have their own smartphone, cryptocurrency smartphone, or blockchain smartphone, I should say. I forget the name of it. I think it was called Bob, B-O-B. I forget what that stands for, but Pundi's got a lot of great stuff going. And I think it'll be a wild card, which is why I have it here. But if you were out there trying to sell your Pundi, you might have a hard time selling it for what the market rate is because there's no one on the other end of your trade willing to pay that. And having said that, I've been on different exchanges to where, let's say, I'm just going to pull something out of a hat here. This might not be an actual trading pair, but it'll illustrate my example. Let's say you had a NEO and you want to sell your NEO and you can do it, you can exchange it for Bitcoin or Tether, or we'll say like PAX, one of the stable coins, PAX, right? Well, Tether is too, but so if I go to the Bitcoin area, there might be heavy trading between NEO and Bitcoin. So you can get a pretty good price. And you go to the Tether and NEO exchange, not bad. Not bad. Not as much as the Bitcoin NEO trading, but not bad. But then you go to NEO and PAX, very low volume, and you might put your order out there and it just sits for hours and hours. because there's not someone, with packs willing to buy and or sell, for your NEO. So that's something else a person has to consider. So for these institutional investors, and what I would call, serious investors, people who are moving, considerable amounts of money around, they're looking at high volume. They're not looking at a lot of these coins we are, those of us in crypto, we talk about some very, very, very cheap cryptocurrencies, things that are, well, like Pundi, it's fractions of a penny, not even a dollar, fractions of a penny. But the daily trading volume is very low. There's not much liquidity. Those coins are not going to get the attention of investors unless somebody really had insider information, and they swooped in and scooped things up. And the funny thing is, if you were one of these people with tons of money, you could. You could pick a coin. I'm trying to think which one would be good here. Digibyte. Well, there's probably a lot of people holding on to Digibyte. Daily trading volume. Pundi X. Daily trading volume, very small. I would think that some of these cheaper coins, if a person had insider information or some kind of insight, oh, this coin's going to be big in the future, they could swoop in with a few $1 million, and then with the amount they're holding, they could really move the market up and down if they wanted, which is happening with, Bitcoin and a few other of these cryptocurrencies. People are making these huge buys and sells, and if you time it right, you can drop the market or you can pump the market, right? So that's something else to think about. It's just another, part of doing business in the crypto world, right? And the buying and selling on cryptos. And for me, looking at all these numbers, of course, as I've said in the past, I'm happy when the price goes up and I'm happy when the price goes down, because if the price goes up, then what I have is worth more. And if the price goes down, more than likely, before it went down, I sold some of my coins, put them in stable coins, and then as the prices go down, I'm buying my coins back, therefore getting more coins for the same amount of money. So I'm happy either way, right? I'm happy either way. And then the other thing along with that is I expect to use these cryptocurrencies someday. A lot of people talk about, in my exit plan video, the example was XRP. And in the end, I said, well, how many XRP would you be willing to get rid of to get your initial investment back? And then once you've gotten your original investment back, you could just leave it sit there. And one of the things I didn't talk about in that video is that leaving the cryptos sitting there, I'm really hoping that I can use these cryptos in the future. I had a vision a long time ago. Well, I'm saying a long time ago. In the crypto world, a long time ago is 2-3 years ago, right? I remember when Pundi first came out, it was not quite 2 years ago when I got my first bit of Pundi, and maybe I'm off on the timeline a little bit, but I was probably one of the first people to get Pundi. I don't know. Anyway, I got my Pundi, didn't think much of it, just okay. I read about it, I liked it. Like I said, I'd been in Indonesia and Malaysia, traveled around a lot, worked there, had a good feeling about it. And then one night I had like a vision just before I woke up in the morning of buying a house with my Pundi. I don't have a lot of Pundi, but there was a clear vision of me being able to buy a house with my Pundi cryptocurrency. Now, I'm not saying this to try and pump the market or to get anybody to buy Pundi. I'm not saying that at all. This could have been, wishful thinking or whatever. A lot of people will try to put, spins on things. I'm not trying to put a spin on it, but it just so happened I had this vision. You have these things before you wake up in the morning. And for me, they're very prophetic. They usually come true. They're very accurate when I get these visions in the morning before I wake up. So I thought, wow, I'm going to be able to buy a house with my Pundi someday? That's amazing. So yeah, that's what it is. So Pundi is my only wild card. And like I said, I plan on spending my cryptos, actually using them in the future, using them to get things. I do love paper money. Don't get me wrong, I love paper money. Every time I spend paper money, I'm shocked. I've got this paper that's got printed ink on it, and people are willing to trade me things for my printed paper. I love that. I love that idea. I've got this paper that we all agreed has value, and then you'll actually give me stuff that I can use or I can eat or I can wear in exchange for this paper. So thinking about that, cryptocurrencies is just an extension of that. So I'm looking forward to it very much. Okay, guys, that's all I have here on the 23rd of December, 2 days out from Christmas. I hope this has been interesting or helpful in some way. As I said, please let me know about that exit plan video. Was it good, not good? Don't worry, you won't make me feel bad. I won't be crying if you say you hated it. You didn't, man, we hated that thing. We just don't know how to tell, Big Lair. No, please let me know. Let me know how it's going, okay? Okay, you guys, take care, and I will see you tomorrow.